Hey there and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. International manager confirms ankle injury for Man United star versus Venezuela. Brazil's interim manager Fernando Diniz has confirmed that Casemiro asked to be substituted against Venezuela after picking up an ankle injury. The midfielder has been ever present for the Red Devils in all competitions this term, but his involvement could be doubtful following the international break. The 31-year-old started the recent 1-1 World Cup qualifier draw against Venezuela, but was replaced in the 79th minute with Fluminense's Andre. Speaking to Globo Esporte, Diniz has now revealed that the substitution was forced on him. Casemiro asked him to come off after a blow to his ankle. He said, "As there was a stop in play, I decided to make the three substitutions. We had a lot of control when they came on. Casemiro asked to come off due to a blow to his ankle." The Brazilian star has been far from his best for the Red Devils this season, but he remains a vital figure in Erik ten Hag's plans across all competitions. Casemiro has been inconsistent with his distribution and defensive contributions, but going forward, he has registered 4 goals and 1 assist. The 40 million euros rated star had a similar start during his debut season, but managed to redeem himself. He was hugely influential in ending the club's trophy drought. In our view, Casemiro's absence would be a huge blow for United, despite the current midfield depth. Sofiane Amrabat and Scott McTominay can fill the void left by him. There is also Kobe Mainoo, who could get game time once he returns to full fitness. Hopefully, Casemiro has only picked up a minor knock. We should get more clarity over his situation ahead of Brazil's next World Cup qualifier against Uruguay. AC Milan prepared to pay 15 million euros for Victor Lindelof next summer. Manchester United have really struggled defensively this season, conceding the second most goals in the Champions League among 32 sides and the second most among the top 10 sides in the Premier League. Manager Erik ten Hag can point to the growing number of injuries as a reason for the dismal form, with the manager unable to pick his strongest 11. The defense has been the worst affected, with all first-choice defenders currently sidelined. Against Brentford, the manager was forced to play Victor Lindelof as left-back. The Swede was culpable for the goal the Bees scored, and while he has had to play in a number of different positions, Lindelof has struggled to replicate the form he showed last season. In Ten Hag's first season, the former Benfica man stepped up during the injury-enforced absence of Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez. In the current season, the same old frailties of being too weak against physically robust forwards and being unable to compete in the air have once again plagued the 29-year-old. The Sweden international's deal with the Red Devils expires in 2024, and quite a lot of clubs are interested in a free move, something United want to avoid. The People's Person had reported that United are willing to initiate the 1-year extension clause in his contract so as to protect his market value. As per Milan Web, AC Milan were initially eyeing a move for Lindelof if he became a free agent, but with the news leaking of United trying to protect the centre-back's value, the Serie A side are open to paying 15 million euros. Simon Kjaer is set to be released at the end of his contract, and the Serie A side have identified Lindelof as the man to lead and marshal the defense. Lindelof had arrived at Old Trafford for 35 million euros in 2017, and his current value as per transfer market stands at 18 million euros. United should ideally try and secure a larger fee, especially if the Swede impress during the current campaign. West Ham consider a fresh January move for Man United defender Harry Maguire. West Ham United are considering a fresh approach to sign Manchester United defender Harry Maguire during the January transfer window, according to ESPN. The England international was the subject of interest from the Hammers earlier in the summer, but the centre-back was reluctant to leave the Red Devils. However, this has not ended the speculation over his future, and Maguire recently said that he will weigh up his options if he struggles for regular game time. It's now reported that the Hammers are considering a winter move to sign Maguire should he continue to receive limited playing time heading into January. The East London outfit see him as a potential replacement for captain Kurt Zouma, who could be the subject of bids from the Saudi Pro League this winter. The Frenchman has been handed the captaincy following Declan Rice's departure, but he has yet to commit to a new contract beyond the summer of 2025. The Red Devils were keen on landing Benjamin Pavard as a replacement for Maguire over the summer, but their plans were hampered by the latter's decision to stay. Despite this, they are monitoring alternative targets. Nice player Jean-Claire Todibo could be a realistic option for United in January. Erik Ten Hag has already spoken with him. If Man United are given the green light to land the Frenchman or any other centre-back, they could open the door for Maguire's switch to East London. Maguire could accept the move this time around. Maguire, who was valued at £30 million over the summer, needs to be playing regular first-team football at club level such that he is fully prepared for the Euro 2024 campaign. It's quite clear that England manager Gareth Southgate won't drop him despite the reduced game time, but he needs plenty of minutes on a personal level before the big tournament. Man United seek to move on Anthony Martial in January. The biggest issue for Manchester United last season was their lack of goals, something manager Erik Ten Hag wanted to remedy heading into his second season. United had scored the lowest goals among the top 6 teams, and the manager wanted to bring in a striker in the summer, and after a complicated chase, in came Rasmus Højlund. The Dane has already scored thrice in the Champions League. Still, he has yet to open his account in the Premier League, with the Denmark international yet to adjust to the pace and physicality of the English league. Ten Hag did not want to put too much pressure on his young shoulders in his debut campaign, and hence asked for another powerhouse striker, but the club failed to back the manager. Marcus Rashford was the team's top scorer last season with 30, and was the only player to score double-digit goals in the league, but he is struggling to replicate that form in the current campaign, scoring just one so far. His initial foray as the lone striker did not work out, while Anthony Martial has fared little better. Following Højlund's arrival, the Frenchman has had to be satisfied with a place on the bench, and this does not look like changing as the France international looks lazy and his injury record means Ten Hag cannot trust him when the chips are down. Martial scored 9 times last season, but he was hardly ever available for a run of games, and Ten Hag was open to his sale in the summer. The United number 10 is said to be unhappy with the amount of minutes he has got so far and wants to move to a place where he can be a guaranteed starter. Saudi Arabia does not interest him, but there is plenty of interest, while going back to France also remains an option, but his massive wages could pose a problem. Bruno Fernandes stars for Portugal in a 3-2 win versus Slovakia. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes delivered a fantastic performance during Portugal's 3-2 win over Slovakia in the Euro 2024 qualifier last night. The 28-year-old has been a key performer for club and country over the past few years, and he once again stood up to the occasion with a standout display. Fernandes provided a quality cross for Gonzalo Ramos, opening goal in the 18th minute. At 2-1, he put the ball on the plate for Cristiano Ronaldo to tap home. Slovakia made it 3-2 in the 80th minute, but the Euro 2016 champions managed to hold on for a victory that has ensured their qualification for the tournament. Over 90 minutes, Fernandes created 4 big chances and provided 5 key passes. Defensively, he won 4 ground and aerial duels alongside 2 tackles. The United skipper was guilty of losing possession on 24 occasions, but made up for the same with his creativity and vital goal contributions during the game. The Red Devils faithful will be hoping that Fernandes is rested for the next qualifier against Bosnia, considering Portugal have already qualified. Fernandes, who won the Premier League Goal of the Month for September, has not had the best start to the season with the club, and he will be aiming to improve. The Portuguese has had more influencing actions in the final third, 295, than any other player in the top flight, but it has not quite worked out for United as a team. They are currently 5 points behind the top 4 in the Premier League and will be hoping to close the deficit to the Champions League spots after the international break. Erik Ten Hag open to dropping Andre Onana if mistakes continue. Erik Ten Hag is open to dropping Andre Onana if the goalkeeper's form does not improve, according to a report by ESPN. Rob Dawson contends the Manchester United manager is prepared to make a switch in goal if the mistakes which have plagued Onana's start to life at Old Trafford continue. Dawson stresses, however, that the Cameroonian goalkeeper continues to receive the backing of his manager at present. Ten Hag and his coaching staff believe Onana will recover from his shaky start and are working on a combination of improvement in confidence and technical adjustment to help the goalkeeper rediscover the form which saw United pursue his services this summer. Bayanda was targeted by United this summer ahead of more youthful alternatives precisely because of his experience. Onana's prospective departure to play in the African Cup of Nations made a viable backup goalkeeper all the more pressing a need at Old Trafford. If Onana's calamitous form continues, Bayanda may receive his first audition between the sticks earlier than anticipated. Man United made big offer to sign PSG star Xavi Simons. Manchester United made a big transfer offer to sign Paris Saint-Germain attacker Xavi Simons during the recent transfer window, according to L'Equipe. The Dutchman had a fantastic 22-23 season with PSV Eindhoven. He scored 22 goals and provided 12 assists from 48 appearances in all competitions. His splendid form convinced Les Parisiens to trigger the €6 million buyback clause in his contract. L'Equipe now revealed that United and Leipzig made big money offers to sign Simons, but Les Parisiens could not cash in on him due to restrictions. If PSG had opted to sell him last summer, the entire fee would have gone to PSV. The same will be the case until next summer. Simons is currently at Leipzig on loan. Negotiations are underway to extend his stand for another year. The 20-year-old has the ability to play anywhere in attack. This season, the €40 million rated star has operated from the right wing, registering 3 goals and 4 assists from 11 games. This is a position where United have been struggling this term. Antony has been the regular from the role, but the Brazilian has hardly made goal contributions for the club. United tried to experiment with Bruno Fernandes and Facundo Pellistri, but they have not found much success either. Simons would have been a quality acquisition for them. In our view, United could have proposed a similar loan deal as Leipzig, but their chances of signing him could have been less due to Simons' demands for regular game time. Antony was an undisputed starter for United on the right flank until his time away from the game last month. Erik Ten Hag obviously has a preference of starting him. Manchester United eyeing summer 2024 move for Maguire. Manchester United have suffered a damaging start to the current campaign, and things could have been worse if not for Scott McTominay's heroics against Brentford. Erik Ten Hag can point to the numerous injuries his key players have suffered as a reason for the dismal form, with the manager yet to pick his strongest 11 this season. The defense has been the biggest casualty, with none of the first choice available for the manager to use currently. In the last game against the Bees, Victor Lindelof lined up as the left back, while Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans played as the two centre backs. Maguire's future remains up in the air, while there is a chance the Swede could also leave, while Evans is only here for this season. Considering Rafael Varane's poor injury record and the fact that Lisandro Martinez has now had to go through 2 surgeries to his foot this year, it's clear United need another commanding centre-back. That was the initial plan during the summer transfer window, but with Maguire not agreeing a deal with West Ham United, moves for Kim Min-jae, Benjamin Pavard and Jean-Claire Todibo all broke down. The club have prepared a short list of defenders, which includes the like of Antonio Silva, Scalvini, Inácio, and Edmond Tapsoba. The South London press have reported that Crystal Palace star Mark Guehi is being monitored with the aim of going after him next summer. The move makes sense as the 23-year-old is a Premier League proven and has also been earmarked as Maguire's successor in the national team setup. The only problem is the fact that Chelsea have the option of matching the price any bidding club is prepared to pay and have first rights. Guehi's deal at Selhurst Park expires in 2026 and he has established a successful defensive partnership with Joachim Andersen. The Eagles expected to make more than their club record sale of £50 million for academy graduate Aaron Wan-Bissaka in 2019. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.